Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we have here is a 2011 Chevrolet Impala LS. This Impala is painted in cyber gray metallic. You do have storage on the front door panels, and it does have power windows, locks, and mirrors. This one has a gray interior, and the LS trim comes with cloth seats. It does have a partially powered driver's seat with a power seat base, manual seat back, and manual lumbar support, while the front passenger seat is fully manual. But now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine. The Impala was Chevy's full-size flagship car. The model went through 3 different production phases, one could say. The first phase of the Impala lasted from 1958 until 1985. About a decade later, the Impala was revived for 1994 as the Impala SS, a full-size muscle sedan of sorts that was based upon the Chevy Caprice. This iteration of the Impala lasted only until 1996. After another hiatus, the Impala returned yet again in 2000 for its 8th generation, still as a full-size sedan, but from then on, now using a front-wheel drive platform as opposed to a rear-wheel drive one like past Impalas. The Impala would then enter a 9th generation for 2006 and a 10th generation for 2014, before finally being discontinued after 2020. This 2011 model represents the 9th generation of the Impala, which was produced in total from model years 2006 through 2016. It rides on the 3rd generation General Motors W platform, which also underpinned the 8th generation Pontiac Grand Prix, 1st generation Buick LaCrosse, and the 06 to 07 Chevy Monte Carlo. Although the Impala was redesigned for 2014, the outgoing 9th gen Impala continued on until 2016 as a police or fleet vehicle with the name Impala Limited. The 9th gen Impala also got an SS variant with a big 5.3-liter V8 stuffed transversely under the hood. The SS, however, was dropped for 2010. The biggest update came for 2012, which subtly updated the styling, but most notably brought in a more powerful and modern V6 engine and a new 6-speed automatic transmission. Anyhow, trim levels for the US market 2011 model year Impala included LS, LT, and LTZ. 2 engines were on offer for 2011, those being a 3.5-liter V6 with 211 horsepower, found in LS and LT models, and a 3.9-liter V6 with 230 horsepower, found in LTZ models. Front-wheel drive and a 4-speed automatic transmission were standard. In Chevrolet's US 2011 sedan lineup, the full-size Impala was the largest, slotting above the mid-size Malibu. So in the instrument cluster, we have 4 analog gauges, your tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge. And then you also have a digital information display, which can be gone through via these controls right here. You have your trip computers, fuel range, average fuel economy, average speed, that kind of stuff. Then you have your oil life remaining and your tire pressure monitors. Actually a pretty nice amount of info in here. Then you got all sorts of settings. The hazard switch is on top of the steering column. It has a 4-spoke design steering wheel. It does house your cruise controls, and the steering wheel is tilt only. The parking brake is foot operated. Right here is your headlight switch, your traction control toggle button, panel dimmer, and your trunk release button. Climate vent for the driver. Right here is your high beam, turn signal, and wiper stalk. So going down the center of the interior, you have your central climate vents, your aforementioned information display controls, passenger airbag indicator. Right here is your whole AM/FM head unit with a CD player. Sound settings, presets, you can change your band right here, seat track, that kind of stuff. Pretty straightforward head unit. You also have an aux port right here. You have single zone manual climate controls, so your outside air or circulation, then your fan speed, temperature in different zones. Below there is a storage area along with two 12-volt power outlets. You have two cup holders, and you have a center console with some storage along with another 12-volt power outlet. Both of the sun visors do have vanity mirrors. Grab handles for all four corners, manually dimming rear view, with built-in reading lights. I gotta say, this is just a very nice, simple interior. These Impalas of this generation, they just feel very old-fashioned and simple in a good way. But now we'll roll down the driver's window and have a look at the engine bay. The driver's window is automatic down. The LS trim came with these 17-inch 5-spoke silver-painted rims. Powering the LS is the Impala's base engine for 2011, GM's LZE 3500 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6. It's a pushrod engine with an iron block, aluminum heads, 2 valves per cylinder, and variable valve timing. Horsepower is rated at 211 at 5,800 RPM, and torque is rated at 216 pound-feet at 4,000 RPM. Directing that power to the front wheels is a 4-speed automatic transmission with low gear selection. This vehicle is flex fuel compatible, so it can run on either regular unleaded or E85 ethanol. It has a 17-gallon fuel tank, and EPA estimates when running on regular unleaded are 19 mpg in the city and 29 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. 4-wheel disc brakes are standard. Storage on the back door panels as well. You do have a map pocket on the back of the front seat, passenger seat. And you also have a little bit of storage right here. No center armrest, but you do have your rear dome lights, and of course your grab handles. And as for space, I'm about 6'1" with the driver's seat in a pretty comfortable driving position. Overall, it's pretty good. Legroom is not too bad. Same thing with footroom, it's alright. Headroom is also quite good. Again, this is a full-size sedan, so I wouldn't expect it to be cramped at all in the back. Although, I will say I have been in some even mid-size sedans that feel more spacious than this. But then again, this is just an older-fashioned car. And newer cars tend to be a bit more roomy on the inside. But nonetheless, this generation of Impala I love. I absolutely love these. They're just so simple and no-nonsense. And I have heard quite a lot of good things about these. I would absolutely drive one of these. Just the 2006 body style that they made all the way up, because they redesigned the Impala in 2014, all new. They kept on making this generation up until 2016 as the Impala Limited for rentals, and they even had police versions of these. But these are just... there's just something about these that I really like. I appreciate these quite a bit. They don't have the highest quality feeling interiors. After all, this is 2000s General Motors we're talking about, so lots and lots of plastic. But I mean, if you can get past that, it's just such a simple, back to basics, no nonsense, just a comfortable, full-size sedan. And I think it does what it does very good. Definitely have a lot of respect for this generation of Impala. Single exhaust. The Impala's trunk provides 18.6 cubic feet of cargo space. And of course, a hallmark of full-size sedans like the Impala, you got a cavernous trunk. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2011 Chevrolet Impala. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.